No. It won't matter. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Fun. Also, Kevin Walsh and David Giacomino here, as always. Today, reporting from an icebox. I have no idea why the air conditioning is on this high.
It's about 2 degrees, maybe? It's because it's freezing.
It's better than 100, though, which sometimes we do have in this building.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Now, massive weekend in sports. Massive. NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs, the big fight. Some people maybe the big disappointment, depending on your opinion. But we were talking about it. Possibly the biggest spectacle was the NFL draft. A lot of big things went down. Everyone knows. They cover it the whole weekend here. And football, obviously, it's the biggest sport we have in America. So anytime you have an excuse to talk football, we're gonna do it. Everyone else does. Now, let's jump right into the beginning of the draft. Pick one. Everyone knew Winston was going one. Not a question. Pick two. Let's jump right into the beginning of the draft. We weren't really sure here. Now,
nobody was sure about that.
We ourselves actually did an NFL draft show live through WICR. Plenty of videos are up on the YouTube page, so go and check those out. And we had spoken about this, but assessing after the entire draft, all the moves that the Titan made, mistake or good decision by drafting Mariota and keeping him?
Well, we can't really answer that question right now, just because we don't know how Mariota's going to do. That's what it all depends on. Because this pick was so valuable. It had people, so many teams were coming up to the Titans and asking, okay, what do you want? What do you want? Even Jay Cutler was offered for the pick.
I mean, there's talk about Phillip Rivers being offered for the pick.
What do you want? You better hope, they better pray Mariota pans out and is successful. Because if he's not, it's take a lot of heat.
I'll tell you what, that's definitely a boom or bust decision.
Yeah.
5 years from now, we'll either praise Titans management or they're really going to be kicking themselves.
Because we see Washington Redskins, they traded up for RG3 and, the first year, yes.
Yeah, year one, I would absolutely... This year's the deciding year?
Yeah, I would say the Rams won this trade. They got draft picks, they filled out their roster, and they're doing well.
Well, I'll tell you what, then I definitely stand by this year decides. Because this year, a healthier RG3, and personally, I'm not going to go on record saying it. We have a lot of time before we need to start making predictions here. I kind of like the Rams to win their division over the Seahawks. I know.
We won't get into that.
That's what I'm saying, but that's how much I really do like the Rams.
Yeah.
So this year, we'll really see who won that trade.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. Looking at the pick, I didn't love it. I just think the fact that they could have had picks 12 and 19 from Cleveland, they could have just built their roster so much more. And
but if he becomes a superstar, then by far it's a good decision. But
obviously,
right now we just can't really answer that question.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, hindsight will be 2020, and we'll see if the move was correct.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. That's just all it is with this, because we can't really have a say in that right now. Because Mariota, there's a lot of question marks about him. That's why right now that pick, it's very questionable.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was the right pick.
It'll be interesting. Now, as you know, we are the New York Sports Machine. We got Giants here, Jets there. So let's talk about the New York teams a lot. They did both very interesting things. We'll start Jets. I love the Jets draft. What'd you think?
I would say they got the best player in the draft.
At 6th pick.
It's 6th. And that just makes their defense even scarier. Their defensive line is just, the quarterback better watch out. And their defense as a whole, the cornerbacks, it's very scary to see. That's all I got to say. Very scary.
The thing is, for me, I love their draft. I think they did all the right things. Let's really put it into perspective here. They took Brandon Marshall in the 6th round, basically. They traded their 6th round pick to get Brandon Marshall, an established top 10 wide receiver.
Steal. It's an absolute steal.
I mean, I still don't understand what the Bears were doing. I don't understand how they don't feel they couldn't have got more value out of that pick. I mean, really, let's think about it, right? If you're the Titans and you're all for Jay Cutler and Brandon Marshall, well, maybe you entertain that. We're talking with the number 2 overall pick. They ended up getting rid of Brandon Marshall for a 6th round pick. Outstanding job by the Jets. They get Devin Smith to add some real game-breaking speed at the wide receiver position, and Leonard Williams, arguably the best player in the draft. And there are 2 big things here that comes with Leonard Williams. One, if you're going to keep Muhammad Wilkerson, Leonard Williams can play anywhere, so there's no trouble about fitting him in on the line. But 2, you don't want to play Muhammad Wilkerson, you don't want to pay Muhammad Wilkerson, that's okay, because Leonard Williams is there now. Great pick. Steal. Love everything the Jets did.
Absolutely. This pick gives them options, and that's incredible to have as a team in any position. And it's great pick, great draft. I love the QB selection. Bryce Petty, they got him late in the draft.
Yeah,
this is not a short-term pick. This is a long-term pick. He's gonna sit there. He's gonna learn. I don't know who's gonna learn under, but he has a chance to be a very good QB about 3 years down the road. That's very underrated. You might hear his name very much quickly in the future.
My only thing about Bryce Petty is, let's think about it, right? Geno, I think, will start day one as quarterback. Okay?
And that's not set in stone.
It's not, but I believe that Geno will start day one. I feel like Fitzpatrick is their backup plan. Where Geno messes up, we're going to Fitzpatrick. Now, Fitzpatrick got injured at the end of last season. God forbid, knock on wood, no one ever wants injuries. Geno ends up crapping the bed. Fitzpatrick goes down. Fans are going to call for Petty because they're not going to want to see the Geno out there for another snap. That's a lot of pressure for the youngster.
It is, and it's going to be bring on high expectations because this team is very good. Besides the quarterback position, this team is ready to win. And if they have any decent QB, this is a playoff team.
I think they're a playoff team, to be honest, regardless.
Yeah, and the defense is going to bring them to the playoffs if they go to the playoffs. And they can really go behind their running game, and if you have a young QB, you have to go behind the running game. And
they have such a good receiving core.
I know.
I mean, you can't waste it. You can't waste it.
I know, but you have to do the things that help out the receiver and help out the quarterback especially.
I think it'll be a balanced offensive attack. But this is
but if the QB play is not there, you can't really have a balanced play like that. Yes, ideal situation, you want to with those wide receivers, but if the QB play is not there, you can't.
Well, I trust Fitzpatrick. It's just whether he'll be healthy or not.
He's done some good things. He has.
I trust Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I do too. I trust him more than Geno.
Oh, I mean, that's not saying much. I trust Fitzpatrick to be good enough.
I think he should be the starting QB opening season.
I think that it'll be Geno because
you think he'll get the benefit of the doubt.
It's just that if things go wrong, I'd rather things go wrong with Geno and be able to put Fitzpatrick in than things go wrong with Fitzpatrick and put Geno in.
All right, that's a good say. I'll give you that.
My thing is though, I don't think Petty. I don't think they can groom him. He needs to be ready to start. In all honesty,
no, he cannot start out of the gate.
No. What I mean, like, he needs to be ready to play football. Like when Bryce Petty, whenever he gets his first snap, it should not be. Oh, it's okay. He needs to be ready to play football because everyone knows the New York Jets quarterback situation. Last year, disaster. Year prior, disaster. This coming season, people are praying. Last year, disaster. You're on this roster. Disaster. You're an option. He's an option. He needs to be ready to play professional football.
And they said his work ethic is great. So
yeah, I did hear that.
So I think he has the potential to be that guy. I really do. I'm not this year. I'm not saying this year. This is a down the line pick. This is a pick for the future, and I think it was a good one.
We'll have to see. Now, we'll go over to the Giants pick. Now, I'm not sure how much you followed it closely.
I was on the draft with you.
No, I know. But even within the later rounds, you always got to try and keep up to date what's going on here. They get themselves Eric Flowers at the 9th pick. And they wanted Brandon Sheriff. Redskins said, thank you, we'll take that. We're not going to let you have him. We'd actually like to protect RG3. Maybe he doesn't have to run for his life.
It's about time.
They go Flowers. And I've never in my life heard such mixed reviews. It was a Bleacher Report a video analyzing the pick. Matt Miller, their #1 college football player, draft scout, said that this kid is an early third-round talent. Right next to him is Chris Sims, who says this was the best pick they could have made, gave it an A+, and said he's a franchise left tackle for 10 years. I cannot believe the difference in those two views.
I wouldn't like that, in my opinion, because that's like, what do you go off of? How do you believe this person over this person?
Well, clearly the Giants believe what Chris Sims said, and they think that's the future.
Clearly.
The good thing about Flowers, he can go play right tackle. You put Pugh inside, and now you have a more a deeper line. It's a stronger line.
This is the pick they needed to make. Whether it was him, whether it was anybody else, they needed an offensive lineman. They need to protect Eli Manning because the past 2 seasons he's been getting killed, and that's why he's been leading to interceptions. He has had no time to throw the ball, and he throws the ball, bad high ball pick, goes downhill from there.
Now they make a trade in the second round to take the first pick within the second round.
And they got your boy.
They got Landon Collins.
Your boy.
Who now I can't like him anymore because he's gonna be wearing Giants colors. Good pick. Arguably great pick. We'll have to see how it pans out. Now, this was the thing that I think makes it a great storyline. The pick ended up being traded for what was Dorial Green Beckham, receiver on the Titans now, Marcus Mariota, who a lot of people thought was an amazing talent, off-the-field issues, saw the draft stock fall. So, kind of like, if Mariota pans out, we'll probably have to do a Dorial Green Beckham, and then you'll say to yourself, ooh, maybe the Giants messed up here. Depends how Landon Collins does. However, as of right now, love the move. They need a safety. Corners are solid. And he can even come down to a little linebacker work for them. Great pick.
He has a lot of versatility, and that's huge on the defensive end because, you can mix up the QB on that. You don't know where he's coming from. You don't know. That's why I think I like the pick.
Now we'll go into their third pick, and I don't really know much about the kid. I just thought that there was something very ironic here. 10 years ago, 2005, with the 74th overall pick in the NFL draft, the New York Giants select Justin Tuck. 10 years ago, 2005. 10 years later, in 2015, with the 74th overall pick, the New York Giants select, interesting name, Owa Azigi Baba. Something along those lines. I really apologize for what is probably a very butchered name, a defensive end at UCLA, who has drawn comparisons to Justin Tuck. Same pick number, same team, 10 years later. They may be
onto something.
Maybe they 74th pick. You're drafting. You got to go DN. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, who knows? Maybe they know something we don't. They're onto something. Hey,
I give them credit. That's a very, very interesting thing. Now we'll throw it into overtime. Final question of the day, and pretty easy one here. Outside of obviously picks 1 and 2, Jets Giants. Most interesting thing that you saw from the entirety of the draft.
The Cleveland Browns did not draft a wide receiver. That's what I thought was interesting. Not the most interesting thing, but they didn't address their wide receiver situation.
I didn't even know that. Okay,
that's good. Josh Gordon gets suspended. You would think, all right, our number 1 wide receiver is down. You need something for whoever.
They were decent last year too, so you would think that they would try to compete.
And you need somebody to. I don't know who knows who's gonna be that QB right now. Who knows?
Josh McCown,
Johnny Manziel. Who are they gonna throw the ball? And you would think they want to be competitive.
Johnny Manziel's throwing to himself.
You would think they want to be competitive, and they just do. I don't know what they're doing.
I do love the pick of Danny Shelton though. I think the kid's gonna be a beast.
Yeah,
but no. They're not gonna throw it at anyone. For me, the Dallas Cowboys might have made the best pick in the entire draft.
Yes, that's a great.
I believe it was 62nd or 63rd overall, Randy Gregory.
And as soon as they made this pick, I was like, yes, perfect team. Perfect team.
Arguably the best pass rusher in the whole thing.
The best situation for him to go to, because the Dallas Cowboys have been here before. They know how to handle a guy like this. I think he's going to excel with this team.
I just think that there were two things that really made it a home run for them. One, you spend big money on Greg Hardy. He's not playing the first 10 games. Maybe you don't even miss a beat. Maybe Gregory's better. And number 2 is that kid sat in the green room for 2 days learning his lesson.
Yeah,
that's like when you're young and mom says, "Hey, listen, you have 1 cookie, you take 2, you go sit in timeout in your room." Randy Gregory had a real big timeout on a real big stage. He learned a valuable lesson. I'd be very surprised to see this kid make another mistake.
And he's going to have guys like Dez, who had a lot of question marks coming out.
For sure.
Now
Hardy,
all these guys can
I wouldn't really talk to Mr. Hardy, to be honest.
I know, but
I'd stay away from him.
I know, but you have all these guys. Michael Irvin, he's going to mentor him. All these guys are going to tell this kid, you better not mess up again. You better not mess up again.
And in all honesty, I don't even know if telling him.
Yeah,
I think the kid really is going to have to learn his lesson.
I think another interesting pick, Shane Wright to the Denver Broncos.
Along the same lines.
Yeah, along the same lines.
They might have got a steal.
Yeah, this guy's a top 10 pick until he had a little trouble. And he has a lot of guys, veteran guys over there that they're going to mentor him as well.
DeMarcus
Ware, yeah.
Von Miller.
Yeah.
Great situation for the kid.
Great situation. And I think both these guys are in a good situation where they can excel.
Great situation for them. I hate to say, and I don't mean to encourage it here, so I'm just... What I'm trying to say is, them getting caught actually might have been the best thing for them.
Yeah, getting getting caught at the time they did.
Yes, you know, I'm not condoning what they did. It was terrible, but them being caught and not getting away with it and having to come down the year, it might have actually been very, very good for these youngsters.
Before we end here, I want to get your opinion, because I know you're the Eagles guy. Chip Kelly, everybody thought he was going to do something. Didn't do anything.
Okay.
Chip Kelly. What do you think? What do you think he is thinking here?
Well, I think that he wanted Marcus Mariota, but the Titans knew how badly he wanted him. And it's basically like you're sitting and you got $500 in your pocket, but that person thinks that you have something that's worth $1,000, and you're trying to sell it to them for $1,500. And that's kind of what it almost seemed like.
He went on record after the draft and said, I tried to get him. They asked for everything, and I just couldn't give them everything.
And I'm so happy that is what happened. I really thought we were going to be selling our franchise to have Marcus Mariota.
There is a rumor out there they offered 2 picks, Bradford, and a bunch of players, and they still said no.
But you know what? To me, rumors are rumors, because Chip Kelly also said that he never traded a bunch of
players.
And so, but he never offered a player.
He has to say that. He has to. He can't go on record saying, to me, I just offered you in a trade, but we didn't trade you, but now you're coming to play for me. You can't. He has to say those things.
That's the thing, though. So, as the media, we'll believe what we want to believe, and we'll give him the best story that we can. However, it's important that Sam Bradford believes Chip Kelly, Fletcher Cox believes Chip Kelly, and these boys still buy in.
Do you think he's still working those phones trying to trade Sam? No?
No. I just think that Sam Bradford ran high-paced offense while in college. A healthy Sam Bradford's a very good
coming
quarterback.
Off that knee,
and he played. Hey, listen, DeMarco Murray and him are very close friends. I think that there's some chemistry there.
That's not an ideal system to be coming off a knee surgery.
Well, let me ask you something. Do you want a potentially injured Sam Bradford quarterback in your team, or you want Mark Sanchez?
Hey, Mark Sanchez played well in the first few games. He did.
Mark Sanchez did not have one good game when we played good competition.
When
we played the Packers and we played the Seahawks, he couldn't have been worse. I think he completed more passes to Packer players than
Well, you told me off air. Get ready for Tim Tebow.
I think he completed more passes to Come on, it's Chip Kelly at this point. Are we going to be surprised?
Exactly. I would not be surprised.
But we will have to see. Now, that is all the time that we have for today. Joining us, I'm not sure exactly when again, potentially tomorrow. The semester is coming to a close. If, by chance, this is the last episode, been a lot of fun. Thanks for joining us. Kevin Walsh, Dave Giacomino, Final Whistle. We'll see you guys.